MessagefromClaudeHarris here, creator and founder of College Coaching Network. I wanted to share a quick 2 or 3 minute video with you on why I actually do what I do, why I created this system. First of all, I just want to let you know a little bit about my background. I was raised by a single mother. Predominantly she took care of me throughout my childhood days, and she worked at a company where she worked what is called the graveyard shift. And I never forget coming home from school, and my mom was not there, but she would leave a note and a TV dinner and things of that sort. And I just always wished that I had, my mother and my father wasn't in my life. He didn't help take care of me, but I always wished that I had him there, or that I had my mom home when I got home from school. And I'll never forget around the age of 12 that I made a very important decision at the young age of 12 that I wanted to actually be home when my children actually got home from school. I wanted to be able to hear what was going on in their day. I wanted to be able to laugh with them and talk to them, and if they had a bad day, be able to cry with them and just be there for my kids. And I knew that at 12. I didn't even really know what girls were. I knew girls, but I wasn't really interested in girls. I just wanted to play ball and hang out and stuff like that. But I remember making that decision at 12. So my whole life has been basically geared towards how do I support and maintain that decision that I made at 12. And I knew once I had a family that I wanted to be there for them. I love helping people. My mom has always been a pretty helpful person in the community, so I saw that. I loved the way people responded to her, and so that was something that was always deeply ingrained in my heart, is to be a person of value, a person that helps people. So I got into the financial services business with the intention of wanting to help people. But one of the things that I hated about the business was I hated the door-to-door selling, with no hope of ever being able to reach my goal of being home. You see people at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night running appointments and getting home at 8:30 or 9 o'clock, and then basically you're kissing your kids goodnight, and then basically you do it all over again. And after a year of doing this and 2 years of doing this and then going on 3 years of doing this, it just got very frustrating that I saw my kids getting older, and that dream just seems like it was continually slipping away. So I searched for about 3 years just trying to find a way that I could live that ideal life that I desired. And one day I met a good friend of mine. I won't say his name, but I met him for lunch, and it blew my mind. I had one of those aha moments. When I met him for lunch, we basically kind of do the same work, and we sat down and we talked off and on for many times, but he never really, I knew he was doing okay financially, but he never told me the numbers. And I guess maybe because we had been talking off and on and he felt comfortable enough, or maybe he just felt like bragging that day, I don't know. But he kind of shared with me what his income was, and I was amazed, that within a 7 to 10 year period, this man had basically built a business where he was making well over $500,000 a year, and actually was making some moves to go beyond that. And I was very, very humbled that he, basically saw value and even wanted to meet with me, somebody that makes that kind of income, when I was basically right there on the brink of the low 6 figures. For him to be in multiple 6 figures, very, very humbling. So but we got to talk and this, that, and the other, and I found out, like, well, man, how did you do that? How did you build your business up to 5 times where I am, and we're basically doing the same thing every day? And he kind of led me through his whole process. But what I noticed was that in the beginning stages, he didn't have to worry about how he was going to take care of his family financially, because his wife was actually making multiple 6 figures. And so that gave him time to be able to continually build his business, as opposed to trying to make quick commissions to take care of his family. And that's critical. I mean, if you can start out going after the right customers up from the beginning, it makes it a lot easier. And unfortunately, I didn't have that luxury of being able to have a wife that made multiple 6 figures and give me the time to build my business like he built his. So over the 3 years, I committed my time, my money, my efforts, my social life. I didn't really see a lot of my friends. I didn't have time. I was too busy trying to figure out how I can make this work for myself and my family to have this ideal life. And what I noticed was you actually have to have systems that's going to allow you to be in a position where you can scale your business, not kill yourself by working late hours all the time and things of that sort. And when I listened to Michael Gerber, which you should definitely check out any videos he has out on YouTube about the E-Myth, I discovered that I can benefit from having a system. So that's kind of what I totally switched my my mindset on. I went away from just trying to make a sale and how to master my presentation, which you need to be able to do that, but you need to actually be able to know how do you create a system that you can actually plug someone else into, that they can do what you do. You don't want to build your business just on your own ability to sell, but you want to have a system where you can have other people to sell, and then from that point you can move over and do things that put more profit in your business as opposed to just being out here hustling all the time. So how do you win the race? You know, we're going to go through these videos you see on the right hand side, but how do you win, you know, this race? Well, you know, you need to understand three things. One, you need to understand marketing. You're not in the business of financial services. Really, you're in the business of marketing. I don't care what business you're in, you better know how to get in front of somebody. So you're in the business of marketing first. Number two, you really need to understand how many people do you talk to that turns into a customer. So once you know that number, it really, to me, I say it's game on, you know, because if I can talk to 10 people and get 3 of those people to actually buy, I've got a 30% close rate. So if I can talk to 100 people, that's 30 people that I can actually get in my business. So once you know how to get in front of people, and then you know how many of those people you get in front of that actually buy, that actually become customers, you can perfect your presentation and get that conversion number up. But you really need to understand truly what those two aspects of your business are. And then thirdly, you need to understand profits. So that's what we're going to go through on those videos on the right hand side, is just kind of understanding how you go through those three aspects of any business. And lastly, I want to say successful people work on their business, and salespeople work in their business. So if you want to continually work in your business the rest of your career, you know, I would say you probably don't want to even invest the time to look at those videos, because your mindset is at that point where you're going to just burn yourself out. And one of the things, I don't want to ever speak anything negative over anybody, but these are thoughts that I've actually had as a salesperson. You know, what would happen if you couldn't work anymore? You know, what would happen if you couldn't go out there and actually do what you do on a daily basis? How would your family take care of themselves? Do you have enough money saved that you can continually cover your bills? You know, if I didn't. And so I really had to change my mindset. So this is what this is about with these videos. We're going to walk you through marketing, understanding conversions, understanding profits, and also how we do college coaching. I thank you for looking at this small video, and I wish you a wonderful day.